This is taking too long. I get that you can't rush fine art, but I know I'm better than this. Okay, first we need a protagonist. Perfect.
What is...
Art. This is art, Shay. Storytelling at its finest. A story about a boy reconnecting with his father. Both of them think the other is dead, so it's really dramatic and cool.
But I was just watching Masquelite with Parissa and Dad.
Neither of them know the other exists. And do you know why, Shay? Do you know why you were born and survived and who saved your dad?
Who are you?
Me. It was me all along.
What?
You're right, it's probably better if we put a promotional here instead.
Holy, why is everything mint?
And what's wrong with mint? It's one of the best ice cream flavors. Plus, it's a little thing we call continuity in showbiz. You wouldn't have heard of it because you're just a protagonist. Anyway, welcome to the Mythseeker, a story wholly created by me with absolutely no help whatsoever from a brickhouse redhead from another dimension. And whoever told you that is a dirty liar, because she only cares about wasting time with rewrites and pacing and having her brain and her software work and breathing and eating and shit instead of caring about the craft of storytelling, like yours truly. And through that door, Shay, are the fruits of my labor. Assets stolen from an overworked artist and set to royalty-free music and a dulcet voiceover. The very pinnacle of art.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh, it's the most gnarly ride you can imagine, Shay. And you get to play center stage. A world of myth and legend, secrets and magic, and horror and laughs. Families, all found, though some were born together, going through the horrifying experiences of daily life, as well as the wacky antics of having their family die in a house fire before being saved by a handsome skeleton.
Why does that look like a gun?
Because it's a gun, Shay. But that's not the point. I asked you, Shay, do you know why you were born?
Well, Jonas told me that when a man and a woman love each other...
No, that's not what I mean. Your purpose, your story. Because it all starts here, Shay. Starts with a family torn apart, a family drifting apart, a family always apart, and a family always together. It's just like the Fast and Furious films.
I don't think that's what those are about.
But with dragons this time. Dragons and demons and whatever Bishop is.
Human?
What's that?
Weren't you a human once? You were a skeleton.
What's that supposed to mean? Skeletons are born just like everyone else. Well, except me, but that's not important right now.
I think I'd rather you just be a demon.
We're getting sidetracked. You're supposed to be my character, and it isn't like characters just write themselves. Stay on track.
You didn't even know what kind of thing I was 10 seconds ago.
Of course I know what you are. You're a Shay. Anyway, we need to get to the part where this old guy with a gun had a dragon at the airport. Guy with sideburns was fighting with the Machamp guy that I hired or made or found or something.
Wait, isn't that...
The guy who hates croissants? Yeah. But that's not important, because that part leads to the cool lady in white. Or I guess girl in white?
She's a banshee.
Those are the same thing.
No, because Dr. Seong says a banshee is a fae. But a lady in white is actually a spirit.
It doesn't matter. She's the most adorable thing ever, and she's super important to Sideburns getting his shit together with Scarface and the Ocean Lady.
Oi, your time's up.
What do you mean? I just started?
Yeah, GLOAT made nothing. He mostly makes
problems. So despite whatever he just told you, the Mythseeker was not assembled by a self-important cosmic skeleton with a mint ice cream branding problem. So hi, I'm Sue, also known as Susanna Casey-Livengood or Lady Kopaka from the olden days of the Bionicle community, and the Mythseeker is my original contemporary fantasy series. It's an illustrated novel and multimedia story made with a lot of support and feedback and patience and way too many late nights fighting software that wanted me dead. So at the center of this is Shay, a kind-hearted 13-year-old trans boy who discovers that myths are real and stories aren't just stories. Names matter and belief has this cosmic and narrative weight. Magic is a living ecosystem made of grief and culture, identity, old gods, and damaged ley lines. It is also somehow a story about exhausted wizards, queer monster hunters, weird dads, cosmic parasites, fae nonsense, dragons, an Irish-speaking ghost in a bedsheet, and Mara. This year's segment was much smaller than last year's. Unfortunately, reality continued being... yeah? So we cut it down into something shorter and sillier, and honestly, I think it works. We live in a time where art only seems to matter when it looks perfect and shiny and algorithm ready. Now with like AI slop everywhere, it's even easier for people to forget that art is not just this image or text at the end. There's all of us behind it, messy humans with crazy life experiences, stories, hope, grief, and so much more. Art is a process. And I think I misunderstood part of that process for a long time. It's frustration, ugly drawings, drafts that don't work, stupid jokes that survive 7 rewrites. Because there is so much inherent value in making something simply because you just love it and you want to share it with others. And that is a huge reason why Bionicle matters to me. Bionicle wasn't just about toys for a lot of us. It was the mythology, world building, the mysteries, mass, elemental heroes, the weird lore that made us want to make our own stories and worlds. I do not think I would be the same creator today without Bionicle and the fandom spaces around it, so thank you everyone for keeping the spark alive long after the official story ended. Beyond Bionicle feels like a natural extension for people who were shaped by this wonderful series, and taking what it gave them and building outward to create amazing stories art in this. So if you have your own strange little project sitting in your head and you're waiting for, if you're good enough or ready enough or professional enough to start, please don't let that be the thing that stops you. Make that messy draft, draw that weird creature, create the OPT that makes you happy, or write the scene that embarrasses you a little because, maybe you can bring it to next year's showcase. Because if an eldritch skeleton can lie to a child for 4 minutes and call it marketing, honestly, the rest of us have no excuse. The Mythseeker is still in development. It's evolving and being rewritten, researched, refined, and it's slowly growing into what I'm truly envisioning. It's a story with mythology, cosmic horror, found family, queer identity, coming of age, and the underrated horror of trying very hard to love each other through pretty intense circumstances. It's not perfect, but it is human, weird, and hopefully when it is out, it might resonate with you. If you want to learn more about the project, you can find it at themythseeker.com. You can also follow and support me through patreon.com/SueDraws, where I post art, development notes, updates, and early material as the project continues to grow. Thank you to the Bound Bionicle team for making space for a project like this, and thank you to the Bionicle Day staff and everyone working behind the scenes to make this event happen. And a huge thank you to my patrons and folks who edited, voice acted, beta read, encouraged, donated, or simply let me ramble about the story. Whether you are here because of Bonkle or other showcases or because GLOAT bullied you, hey, I really appreciate you being here.
So it was as it is. Audience into artist. Artist into presenter. Presenter into legend. Remembering deeds past and bringing hope to the future. United in duty, bound in destiny. This is the way of Beyond Bionicle.